Hey guys, just a bit of an update on the Google Plus YouTube goings on. We've collected a little bit of information and had a few experiences of it recently, so we thought we'd share them with you guys. In response to the video that we made already about it and to comments that we've made about it, we've received lots of reaction from lots of people. Generally not very happy people, most of them. One of the common responses we got was a lot of people have said that they haven't signed up for Google Plus yet, and every time it pops up, every time they sign into YouTube, it pops up, you know, do you want a Google Plus page? And a lot of people have said they just keep saying no, but it actually does, it says something that pop-up, we haven't seen that pop-up recently because we already did that, but we'll get to that later. But in that pop-up it says, it gives you the option of yes or not just now, and then it says something that it'll ask you again later, and it will keep asking you. And what's going to happen is, already what's happening is people who don't have an Google Plus account attached to their YouTube account will find that they're going to have trouble commenting on people's channels. So if you go to a person's channel page and want to leave a comment on there, you're going to find that it's difficult. If they have Google Plus and you don't, you'll probably find that you can't do it, you can't leave a comment. We're already having that problem. So usually we go to everybody who subscribes to us, we go to their channel and thank them for subscribing. And we've done that to everybody so far, so that's about 70,000 people who we've gone to their channels and said thanks for subscribing as soon as they subscribe. And what we're finding the last week or so is we haven't been able to do that for everybody. For some people we've been able to. We'll go to their channel page, click on their discussion section, and it'll just let us click the box and then write in the box. But people who are connected to Google Plus, it won't let us. So we try and click on the box and it just won't let the cursor go there, and it won't let us write on there at all. Those that are connected to Google Plus, there's a box. As soon as you click onto the comment box, there's a little box pops up at the bottom, and it automatically puts your comment onto their Google Plus page. And if you have a Google Plus page, it automatically puts your comment on your Google Plus page as well. So you're with me so far? I'm talking about I'm watching somebody's video and I go to their channel page and I can see all their videos there, and this is very interesting. And I decide I want to leave a comment on that person's discussion page and say, you know, I like your videos, they're very cool, or I want to say thank you for subscribing to our channel, and this is what we encounter. Which means that first of all, if you don't have a Google Plus account, you won't be able to comment on all of those pages anymore. And what's coming next is you won't be able to comment on videos. Because what they're doing is, the reason they got rid of video responses, which we mentioned that in a previous video as well, video responses disappeared off the page, and they said it's because we don't use them, right? The reality is, the truth is, that what they're doing is they're going to remove the comment section from YouTube and replace it with a Google Plus comment section. So under each video, like under this video, will become Google Plus. And it's going to be operated through the Google Plus system, and it's going to work differently from what it does now. The way it works now is whoever owns the channel, or whoever's channel it is, their comments go to the top of the page, and then comments that are voted up come up the top of the page as well. But the Google Plus system is going to be different, and I'm not quite sure how it's going to work. They say that they're going to do it for our benefit so that the comments are more relevant, right? But we'll see. There's probably more to it than that. And again, the comments that you make on a person's channel, or the comments that you make on a person's video, like underneath this video, will be public on your Google Plus page as well. So people will be able to go to your, unless you uncheck the box. So people are going to be able to go to your Google Plus page and see all the comments that you've been leaving on YouTube. So it means that those people who keep opting out, those people when they sign into YouTube say, I don't want a Google Plus page, you know, go away Google. You guys are not going to be able to leave comments on YouTube videos. Once this is brought in, it's being phased in right now. It's going to happen any day. What's going to happen is you're going to go to watch a video one day, and then you're going to go and leave a comment, and you're not going to be able to, unless you have a Google Plus account linked to your YouTube account. So that's going to be a question, isn't it? For those people who don't want a Google Plus account, you're going to have make a decision. You're going to have to decide whether it's worth it to you, whether you really want to be able to comment on videos and on channel pages. And that's where we are at the moment, because we don't get too involved in the comment section under our videos, because we figure that we've made the video and we've said what we want to say on the video, and then the comment section we think is mainly for the people who've watched the video to leave their comments on the topic, whether they agree with us or disagree with us, or whether they think something different, or just whatever they're thinking. That we think the comment section is more for those people. That's why we don't comment too much in the comment section. But what we do use it for is to point people to videos, because if someone asks a question, someone watches one of our videos and then asks a question in the comment section, if it's something we've already made a video about, we want to tell them, because instead of leaving in 50 words or 100 words, whatever it is, 500 words, trying to leave an answer to their question, if we can just say, hey, go to the how-to playlist and watch the how to use chopsticks video or whatever it is, then they can go and watch a 5-minute video that answers their question with a lot of detail and maybe pictures and video, so that it's a comprehensive answer to their question. And we find that works really well. And because it not only gets that person to go and look at that video, but other people realise too, hey, these guys have got playlists. I mean, it's communication. It's how we're communicating with our people, our viewers, that are watching our videos. So obviously it's important. So, and I know that other people who want to leave comments just want to express their opinion. It's communication, isn't it? An interaction. So again, just quickly, it totally sucks. It totally sucks that people like us and a lot of you guys watching would have been using YouTube for years, since it was a privately owned independent company. And that's who we want to do business with, isn't it? We never asked Google to buy them out and to change the rules on us, which to some of us leaves us feeling a bit pissed off, because it's like they've, the goalposts have been shifted halfway through the game, doesn't it? So, we never wanted to get involved in all this bullshit. So just to extend a little bit further, the problems that we've had and the problems that some of you guys will have. So first of all, if you don't already have a Google Plus account or a Gmail account or any other Google accounts, so there's a lot of other Google, there's Gmail, there's Google Plus, there's Google AdSense, there's Google Statistics, what's the statistics one? Google, another one for people who own websites, so people like us who own websites, we've got Google AdSense and we've got lots of different Google products, and we're registered on all those products. So those people who aren't like that, those people who don't have lots of Google products, will find it pretty simple. So you can just say, okay, I want a Google channel, I want a Google Plus account. When it says, do you want one, say yes. And you can use a public nickname. The way it works with the names, there's been a million people telling us that we can solve all our problems with just using a fake name, which we can't, because we already have all these other Google products, so they already have all our details, so we can't. Those people who want to try and use a fake name, it seems that if you use a word, so for example, the reason we've had problems, guys, and we didn't want to bore you with all the details, but some people have said, you're making a big fuss about nothing, you can just give a fake name. No, we can't, because they've already got all our details. And the other problem that we had was that a year or so ago, or when Google Plus first came out, and it started popping up saying, do you want a Google Plus account? We said, yeah, okay. And then it said, what's your name? And so we put thejapanchannel.com. And at that stage, Google Plus didn't give businesses a business name option. It was just personal names only. And what actually happened was, it was okay for a couple of days, and then their system picked up on it, and then we got an email to say your account has been suspended because it's not a real name. And we're not sure if a person really looked at it or if it was automated, and the system, the computer itself worked out that it wasn't, because the Japan, so we're not really sure if that's an automated system that worked that out, or if it was a human being that actually looked at it. But to those people talking about making false accounts, just keep in mind, using fake names. If you're using the names that you use, we're not trying to encourage you to break rules. Just pointing this fact out, that if you use words that aren't names that it's likely to pick up on it. The system's likely to pick up on it. So if you're going to use any name, it should be a name that is a person's name. Okay? So that seems to be the case. That's what first tripped us up. And then that was automatically linked to our YouTube page, and we've already got a Gmail account that's really important, because we use the Gmail account for absolutely everything, and that's really important. And then we can't line them up. And this is what you guys will find if you've got other accounts, it's very hard to line them up. And then when we try to talk to Google, all you get from Google is the links. All you get is links, and most of the links, or all the links, don't answer the questions, or they raise other concerns. Now, what we were faced with was, and again, we didn't want to bore you with this, but this is the way it is. Google said to us, if you want to fix this, or if you want to get the Google Plus account, you're going to need to appeal your suspension, because it was suspended for not using a real name. So the only way to do that is to put a real name in there first until the suspension is appealed, and then they can fix it, right? Which could take how long? I mean, it takes them 3 days to answer our emails, and we only get answered because we're partners. And you guys will probably find that you don't get answers from Google normally anyway, which, sorry about that, it makes it even harder. But it takes them 3 days to answer us. So how long would it take them to answer a suspension appeal, and how long, what if they don't? And the problem was going to be for us that if we put our real name on there, it goes up on YouTube, and it goes on our Gmail account, and it stays there until that appeal is sorted. That was our concern. And that was the only option we were given. And we kept writing back to them saying, we're not going to put our real name in the public. And they kept writing back and saying, and getting us more links that didn't answer the question. So that's one catch that you guys have got to look out for. Watch out for that. If you use your real name anywhere in Google, then after that you're going to have to keep using it everywhere. The other one is, be really careful once you've linked a profile to your YouTube page. If you delete the profile, it might well take your YouTube account as well. Now that was the other complication that we had. We couldn't just delete that suspended account, because if we delete that account, if we get it unsuspended and then delete it, then we'd lose our YouTube page as well. Now this is another complication with this Google Plus thing. All the data from our YouTube channels, now not all of it, but a good portion of our data from our YouTube channels is going to be stored in Google Plus. Which means there's a couple of things you can do to really mess yourself up. One of them is, now check this for yourselves. We've seen so many links, and we're not really sure about this ourselves, but it is possible if you delete a Google Plus account that your whole YouTube account can disappear too. Or it's also possible if you delete, there's a Google Plus profile and there's a Google Plus page. Now Google Plus profile, check on this, not really sure, but if you delete your Google Plus profile, your YouTube page will disappear too, if it's linked to it. If it's linked to it, your YouTube channel, your YouTube account will disappear. And whatever else is on it, your videos and everything else, every comment you've ever made, it will be like it didn't exist. It will just disappear. Or if you have a Google Plus page, there's a Google Plus profile, Google Plus, so that can make your account totally disappear. Google Plus page, if you've got that connected to your YouTube channel and you delete it, pretty sure all your comments and all your messages that you've ever made and ever received would all disappear. So just check in the Google pages for this, but I'm just saying, look out and look at the small print, because what kept happening is Google kept sending us links. So how to appeal your profile suspension, right, for using the not using your real name, and here it is. This is what you need to do. And it was only because we read all of it that we found down here that, during that suspension appeal process, your real name is displayed to the public, on your YouTube. So instead of, looking down underneath this video here and seeing the silly old dude, you'd be looking down there and it'd be saying my name until the suspension's appealed. Now, not everybody wants their name on the internet. Some people have said, what's the big deal? Why don't you want your name on the internet? Well, we've got our reasons. A couple of years back we had death threats because we made a video about the dolphins. We upset some nationalists recently by making the video about the black bus in Japan. You know, there's nutcases around. We just don't want some stranger. For foreigners, if you've got a foreigner's name in Japan, it's pretty easy to find them because there's not many of us here. And those of you who live in other countries who've got unusual names, it's not hard to find you either. If we've got your real name, we can then search you through Google searches, so we can find more information. Very soon we can be knocking on your door, right? And not everybody wants to run that risk because, you know, 1% of the population is psychopathic, right? We don't need those people turning up on our doorstep. So it's really complex. So the points we'd make would be really careful about using false names, be very careful if you've got multiple accounts, and then if you change anything, if you decide you want to delete anything or change the name on anything, read the small print. So when you're looking at the Google instructions, read the small print at the bottom. Read all the way through it really carefully, make sure you understand it, because it's not explained properly, and that you can do something to one account and it'll mess up the other ones. And that's where we are at the moment. We're in this really complicated web. If we do that, that's going to disappear. If we do that, our real name's going to appear on the internet for a period of time. If we do that, that's going to happen. If we do that, that's going to happen. We're going to make... Recently, we finally got onto someone at Google, and we're a little bit lucky because we're in Japan, we're a partner, which means we get a little bit of attention. The people who were helping us the last couple of weeks were absolutely no help at all. Weren't listening to what we were saying, weren't addressing our concerns, they just kept sending links, which is what they normally do, and just absolutely useless. And in the last couple of days, we've actually got a guy who's listening, and he's actually addressing our concerns, and the way around it might be for us is to make more accounts, and then end up with multiple accounts in different names, and then connect them up through this massive web, and then delete a couple. And it just sounds like a mess. It's really scary because we really don't want our YouTube channel to disappear, and we don't want our Gmail account to disappear, and we don't want multiple accounts. And this guy's solution ended up that we've got, you know, 2 or 3 Google Plus accounts and 2 or 3 Gmail accounts, and you know, it's just really messy. It's just really messy. So we thought we'd make this video just to give you guys a heads up. Those of you who haven't got a Google Plus yet, just a bit of a heads up. You're going to have to think about it. You have to make a decision. We asked them if we're still going to be able to log in, because our concern was if we decide not to go with the Google Plus thing, you know, one day soon are we going to try and log into YouTube? It's not going to let us log in. That was our concern too. And they say that won't happen, that we can continue to log in using our email address. We're hoping that's true, because you know what Google are like. They sneak these things in slowly. And that's our biggest concern at the moment, is that we decide not to go down the Google Plus, connecting up to Google Plus thing. What's going to happen in the future? You know, are we going to go to log in one day and it just won't let us unless we make a Google Plus account? And that might be where they get us all, you know, who haven't joined up. So, but in the meantime, your decision is: do you want to leave comments on YouTube? If you want to leave comments on YouTube, you're going to have a Google Plus account. Sorry. Get a Google Plus account, they tell you. This is Google, right, you guys? Apparently, I read on the internet during the research phase of this that Google Plus was failing pretty badly, that people weren't into it, and that they're using YouTube as a lever to lever lots of people into it to prop it up. Definitely feels like that, doesn't it? You know, so anyway. Again, it would be nice to have a choice what products we use, wouldn't it? Rather than being forced to, but anyway. Get a Google Plus account, you people. Or not. You have my total support if you decide not to. You have our total support. Anyway, there it was. More videos coming soon.